So today we're going to talk about how sorcerers use humiliation rituals to keep a person from accessing their true magic, power, and purpose. Of course, I am never going to talk about issues without offering remedies. Hello, beautiful family. It is Oshun Kimmy, Mother of Mysteries. I am a psychic medium and channeler who receives direct insight about the mysteries of magic in the universe from my ancestral and spiritual team. So please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for one-of-a-kind insight about the workings of the spiritual realm that you will not find anywhere else. Now, on to the topic at hand. The primary goal of humiliation magic is exactly what it sounds like: humiliation. The sorcerer's goal is to generate negative feelings within you about yourself. So this looks like self-doubt, shame, self-pity. So humiliation magic and rituals is done, of course, through incantations and spell work that summon negative entities and send those entities to a person. And very usually these entities are going to be jinns and other dark, demonic, and parasitic entities. So humiliation magic, as most dark and baneful magic does, works by aggravating certain traumas and wounds that a person may already have. Magic simply amplifies the shadow energy, the wounds, the traumas that are already present within a person. What sorcerers simply do is distort your own magic and your own energy and turn it against you, primarily by getting you to operate out of your shadow side, aka out of your trauma, out of limiting beliefs, out of fear, out of doubt, and etc. These types of emotions are essentially the basis and the foundation of humiliation magic, right? So to do humiliation magic, sorcerers are going to do a deep dive into your energy. And they may do this against your will through things like divination, but they also may do this by getting close to you, by making you feel like you can trust them, putting you in a position where you give them all of the information about your life and your story that they need to use against you. So they essentially want to figure out your wounds, your traumas, your worries, your sorrows, and not just your wounds and traumas, but the wounds and traumas of your lineage as well. And the whole idea is that a sorcerer wants to keep you in a humiliated energy, so that you never actually feel capable of healing and growing beyond your traumas and your wounds. And they do this because a lack of growth and evolution inevitably keeps a person in a karmic state rather than in a dharmic state. So it keeps us in a negative state of karmic consequences rather than in a positive state of blessings. Let's go ahead and drop our affirmations below to claim our healing and our evolution beyond karmic loops and patterns. I do not let my traumas define me. I am devoted to my healing journey. Ashe, so as it is. And as you claim this affirmation, also live it in your day-to-day life. So now that the universe has registered our affirmations, let's go ahead and chat about some signs that humiliation magic and spells may be being performed against a person. The signs of humiliation magic are going to be both external and internal. And when I am talking about internal and external, I am referring to the fact that some of the signs may show up internally in how we feel about ourselves. And then other signs are going to show up externally in terms of how people treat us and how other people may see us. And so let's start with the external signs. For one, you may literally deal with people wanting to humiliate you because the magic may cause an increase of negative encounters and confrontations with people. This could be people you do know or people you don't know. So these confrontations could be with people who want to humble you, belittle you, make you feel small or less than in some way. Another sign of humiliation magic is that your true value or worth may not be apparent to people who need to actually see it. So this can lead to things like your boss devaluing you, not giving you the promotions that you deserve. And this happens essentially because humiliation magic essentially dims or distorts the natural aura of a person. The last external sign of humiliation magic that I'll discuss is that embarrassing things may actually happen to you in public. Now let's go ahead and move on to the internal signs that humiliation magic may be affecting a person. I hope that I've made it clear by now that humiliation magic is all about making a person feel regularly embarrassed, humiliated, or ashamed. So a major sign of humiliation magic is that a person's negative self-talk may be very, very heavy. For instance, you don't give yourself any credit for how far you've come. And because of this negative self-talk, a person may deal with a lot of shame. Shame is one of those things that you may not actually notice that you are operating out of until you look a bit more closely. So if you are someone who regularly feels like you don't want to be around your friends or your family because you have so much negative energy around you, that can be a sneaky sign of humiliation magic and feeling ashamed of yourself and the trials that you have gone through. So, remedies. Of course, I am never going to talk about issues without offering remedies. When it comes to humiliation magic, healing our relationship with ourself, with our inner child, and with our self-image and concept is going to be key. This is where reparenting ourselves come in. This is where healing our inner child comes in as well. Speaking positively about oneself through affirmations and mirror work, doing meditation to reprogram our self-image. Whenever we feel ourselves thinking negative thoughts about ourselves, we have to reprogram that negative thought instantly in the moment so that that thought does not stick and become real for us. Additionally, of course, a spiritual bath, smudging, transmutation, or banishing work, using candles or sound bowls, whatever your spiritual tools are, these types of spiritual workings are going to be key as well. Because it's all about cleansing out and clearing out the negativity that has manifested in the aura and in our auric field. So everything that I share on this channel is wonderful general advice that will be very helpful for you in your situation. However, if you feel called to receive direct, personalized advice about your particular spiritual situation, this is where I highly recommend you book a one-on-one session with me or someone that you trust. And I also would recommend joining us on the Patreon for people who are ready to go deeper into their shadow work and to gain deeper levels of awareness about their own spirituality and about the universe around them. With that being said, peace and blessings to all who have watched. I hope to see you at the next video. Ashe.